Okay, hear me out. 1996, I think, Outkast releases AT A few years later, in 2000, I believe, they released Stankonia. In 2025, what is his name? Yorgos Lanthimos. He releases Bugonia, and it's a movie about a humanoid alien, maybe, in a metro Atlanta suburb. AT Stankonia, potential alien in an Atlanta suburb, Bugonia. I don't know. There's a conspiracy here. There's a lawsuit pending. There's not. I'm reaching. I like reaching sometimes, but that's fun. I like that. And I also like that this movie takes place in the city I grew up in, which is, cool. We don't get a lot of, we have movies that are filmed here. We have a studio here, but we don't get a lot of attention by name in Hollywood. So this is really cool for that reason alone. This movie is also very interesting. I can't say that I understand all of its points. I can't say that you will even enjoy it, but it is interesting. Objectively, you have to be like, well, this person clearly has several creative bones in their bodies. Do they go too far sometimes? Is their message cohesive? You can decide that for yourself. But it is interesting. I've said interesting too many times. It's like that clip of Gavin Newsom, the governor of California, being on the podcast with Van Lathan. And Van Lathan's like, yeah, so what about this APAC money? And Gavin's like, oh, that's an interesting question. Oh, it's interesting. It's interesting you would ask me that. Interesting. I've never thought of that way. That's an interesting question. And it's like, Gavin, just say you sold your soul to a different country and be done with this. Don't act like it's interesting. It's a predictable question. Anyway, politics aside, Bugonia. Actually, not even politics aside, because this is a political movie and my braid is hanging off pretty weird and I'm going to tuck it behind my ear. Bugonia. First, I'm going to give you my description of the movie and then I'm going to give you my subsequent review. You can subscribe, you can like, you can comment, you can share, you can do whatever you need to do. If you like this, if you don't like it, I appreciate you even being here for 20, 30 seconds. Okay? I appreciate you. So, a man believes the CEO of his company, a prominent businesswoman, is a humanoid alien seeking to destroy life on Earth. With the help of his neurodivergent cousin, the man kidnaps the CEO and conducts the interrogations and experiments needed to confirm her humanity. Yorgos Lanthimos, I'm not sure. I'm sorry, Yorgos, or whatever your first name actually is. He's a wildly creative talent whose movies tend to rest anywhere between the bizarre and brilliant. I happen to think this one is brilliant. The cast is minimal, allowing our two lead actors, Emma Stone and Jesse Plemons, to display their acting talents and intensity without any hindrance from annoying side characters. The film makes political observations through absurdities, realities, and conspiracies we all live with or adjacent to in 2025. Whether it's personifying corporatism and performative activism, or assessing environmentalism, or satirizing internet echo chambers, this film will offer moments that leave you with lingering thoughts. As Gavin Newsom once said, it's interesting. It's interesting. It is. It's a very interesting movie. I don't know if everybody's going to like it. I don't know if it's going to be a bore. It's a slow burn for a lot of it. But essentially what you have here, you have this duo of conspiracy theorists led by Jesse Plemons' character. The side character, once again, is neurodivergent. He honestly has no authority in that tandem. Like, he does what Jesse says. He believes what Jesse says. And Jesse, kind of has this like artificial warmness and kindness towards that character. But it's really all manipulation. Like, Jesse does not care about that character, aside from the fact that character can help Jesse explore this conspiracy even further. And essentially, that character, is not a huge part of the movie. He's incredibly important to the plot, but like vocally, he doesn't say much. But he's a very good character. I don't know if people actually will pay attention to this character, but because he doesn't say much, I found myself looking at his physical movements, his physical acting, and I don't know if this person is actually on the spectrum or not, but he did a wonderful job of portraying what I have seen when I've been around people on the spectrum, which I have been a fair amount, either through school or through friends and their siblings or whoever. I've seen, certain like physical tics and things that were represented in this movie pretty well, which is cool because it's like you can see the anxiety, you can see the character's conflicted nature, you can see he doesn't have the confidence to stand up for what he thinks is right. He doesn't have the permission or approval from the boss, Jesse Plemons. Speaking of Jesse is intense in this movie. He's an incredible actor. He's been around for, I want to say, since his teenage years. I first saw him in Like Mike. He was the villain character that Bow Wow's character had to face against. But yeah, he is amazing. He has this like everyday man intensity. Like, you don't know that this dude lives 2-3 miles from you, but there are people like this that probably live in your immediate vicinity. and they go to work. They're unsuspecting. They might seem a little bit awkward, if that. But behind closed doors, they're on the internet. They're down the rabbit hole. They're in the echo chamber, and they might be lost. They might be lost. And because of that, like, it's just interesting to kind of see this character study. This guy believes certain things. And as an audience member, we really don't know if what he believes is true or not. And that's something that the movie has to, guide you to. And ultimately, you can make your own decisions there. But that's obviously like spoiler territory. But it's just interesting to see how this person suffers a tragedy and completely is hell-bent on writing that tragedy in the most inhumane ways. But the entire time he's doing inhumane actions, he's hyper fixated on this suspected alien's lack of humanity, while on the same token, he's showing no humanity to her. So very interesting. He's also not showing humanity to his cousin, which is the neurodivergent character. Emma Stone is amazing. Emma Stone has just all-time chemistry with this director. I saw her in Poor Things with him. They also had a movie, I think, last year or the year before. I didn't see that one, but I heard people gave mixed reviews to it. The point is, though, that they definitely have good chemistry and energy together. She gives a stellar performance as a CEO. We see her in her element early in the movie. She's doing CEO duties very briefly before these events take place. And you get to kind of see, her be the fake CEO, pretends to care about people's work-life balance, pretends to care about the initiatives that she is championing publicly. But deep down, she just cares about the business and the profits and everything else be damned. And then you get to watch her kind of activate that CEO charm. CEOs are annoying. We all understand that they're annoying. Luigi, what's up? But you do have to understand that these people are really good at manipulation, like especially on a personal level. So if you ever caught yourself in a conversation with the CEO, I'm sure they're going to make you feel special. I'm sure they're going to have a certain charm about them. In fact, I don't have a family member that's like a CEO or anything like that, but they're important in their field. And one of my friends, someone recently was like at the house, and he was like, man, she just has a glow about her. Like, there's just this sheen on her. And I'm just like, yeah, that's that bullshit fucking charm that they have. But it's all phony. Anyway, the point is that these performances are great. Jesse Plemons gets really intense. Emma Stone is incredibly victimized at points. But other times she is the perpetrator. She's not innocent in this either. And then the commentary, kind of floats around these topics of, like I said, environmentalism, corporate greed, just, I guess, like general capitalistic destruction. Like it's taking its toll on the workforce. It's taking its toll on the environment, on the community. It has all these things that are negative about it. And, in our perspective as a average Joe or Jane, the CEO is the face of it. So Jesse Plemons' character works for the company that Emma Stone's character runs, and he is seeking vengeance by getting back at her, though getting back at her is tied to this conspiracy where he believes that she is indeed an alien. And again, we have to explore, is that true? Is that not true? Why does he think this? And that's where the echo chamber commentary comes into play, where you're just like, yeah, this dude has spent a lot of time online looking at images and videos. Is any of this legit? And if it's not legit, how is Emma Stone going to prove to this psychopath that she is indeed human? This is an impossible situation for her. I have a few more notes. Jesse Plemons' character also has this like range of political beliefs. It seems like we're in like a post-truth era in our society, and the internet is a huge culprit of that. But we've gotten to a place where there are these just completely contradictory positions that people hold. Like there are gay Nazis that exist. Earlier this week, I noticed a car had like a "Don't Tread on Me" sticker, but also had like a blue line, like a thin blue line sticker. And it's like, well, who do you think's gonna tread on you? Who's gonna enforce the oppressive law? That's the boot you're licking right there. Like you're stupid. And Jesse Plemons' character isn't like overtly those things, but he's like all this activism is performative. I've been a leftist. I've been a Marxist. I've been alt-right. I've been moderate. He said I've been all these things. None of it's real. It's all self-pleasing bullshit. I don't think that's true, but it can be true for people in these different pockets of political belief and activism. And I think this movie is cool. I don't know exactly what it's trying to say, but in closing for this review, like there is a moment at the end of the movie once we kind of have our reveal on who is who, and why they may not be what they aren't or are. I don't know what I'm trying to say. You get what I'm trying to say. But yeah, there's this moment where we kind of just see different perspectives of a particular aftermath from different perspectives around the world. And it's like, to me, it was like I don't know, it was emotionally taxing. I was like, I'm sad. The music playing at the end of this movie is sad, somber, and I think it's reflective of where our society is going. It's always been going that way. I don't like when people act like we're worse now. No, I mean, we've been trash from day one. But like, we get to hear more about it. It's more taxing on your psyche if you stay tuned to these sorts of things. So this movie has an emotional impact if you allow it to. If not, it's at the bare minimum, it's just like a fun enough dark comedy / thriller maybe. And I definitely recommend you see this, hopefully in theaters, because people often complain there isn't enough original content out there. No, this dude does amazing work. There are a million other movies that do amazing things. Go see them, if you can afford to. I'm also going broke, so maybe not. Maybe I can't afford to anymore. But thanks for watching. Have a good one. Oh, wait, no, what's the score? I didn't even think of a score. It's a 7.5 out of 10. I'm going to watch it again like when it's on streaming, if it ever makes it there. But yeah, 7.5 out of 10.